Nutrition. As a review, digestion is the act of breaking down the food eaten into simple substances that is either absorbed by the bloodstream as nutrients or eliminated as waste products. The nutrition and digestive system enables organs and tissues to receive required nutrients to function once the sugar has been converted into energy. This begins with the food that is eaten, as the saliva initiates the process of the decomposition of the food. The process of digestion involves the mouth, the esophagus, stomach, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, the rectum, and the anus. Food will remain in the stomach for 2 to 8 hours, depending on the type and substance that was eaten. The liver filters toxins from the blood, and it produces bile to break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. The pancreas produces insulin to regulate the sugar metabolism. Calories are used to support one's daily function. The USDA has determined the daily intake for an adult should be 2 cups of fruit, 2.5 cups of vegetables, 6 ounces of grains, 5.5 ounces of protein, and 3 cups of dairy daily. The nutrients are divided into 2 categories: macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients provide the energy the body needs to function appropriately. Macronutrients are the primary building blocks for the body. Micronutrients are vitamins and minerals, and these are only required in small, specific amounts. Proteins provide amino acids. These are necessary to build and repair muscle tissue. Carbohydrates are converted to sugar. This provides the cells, organs, and tissues energy for functioning. Fats are essential to absorb vitamins and provide energy. Vitamins promote health and support the functioning of the body. There are water-soluble vitamins, which would be vitamin C and vitamin B complex. These are carried to the tissues, but they are not stored in the body. There are fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K, that are stored in the liver and the fatty tissues. These fat-soluble vitamins are most abundant in high-fat foods. These types of foods will permit better absorption of the vitamins. Minerals also assist the body to develop and function appropriately. Calcium strengthens bones and teeth. It is used for nerve signal transmission, muscle contraction, and relaxation. Zinc will boost the immune system and promotes wound healing. Iron is part of hemoglobin, and it provides the oxygen necessary for cellular life. Water is a very essential nutrient that is required for the systems to function appropriately. Water promotes brain function, it hydrates and flushes wastes, it will regulate temperature, and it will act as a lubricant in the body. NPO, this is a Latin term that means nothing by mouth. There are also regular, soft, pureed, liquid, cardiovascular, and renal diets. An individual requires adequate nutrition. This promotes a healthy weight and provides an individual with energy and prevents premature aging and can decrease health risks. For inadequate nutrition, an individual may have various signs and symptoms. There can be fluctuations in weight. There can be changes in the teeth, the hair, the skin, the brain, the digestion, and the immune system. A regular diet consists of healthy foods from all the food groups, so fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, and dairy. A soft diet. These are foods that are very soft, easy to digest, low in fiber, and swallowed without difficulty. Pureed diet are foods that are soft and smooth and do not need to be chewed. Examples would be pudding, mashed potatoes, yogurt, baby food, pureed meats. A full liquid diet contains only fluids, foods that are liquids, and foods that are liquids at room temperature. Examples for full liquid diet would be ice cream, juice, pudding, milkshakes, tea, broth, protein steak, protein shakes. A clear liquid diet. These are liquids that can be seen through: broth, gelatin, and water. These foods are partly or completely melt at room temperature. Various other acceptable products for clear liquid diet would include tea, fruit juice without pulp, and sports drinks. Cardiovascular health diet is a heart healthy diet that focuses on controlling portions, consuming more fruits and vegetables, increase of whole grains, the limiting of unhealthy fats, eating low-fat protein sources, and a decrease in the sodium intake or the salt added to the diet. A renal diet is also a low-salt diet. If an individual has kidney disease, they need to control the intake of sodium. The individual needs to avoid table salt, cook without adding salt, avoiding any processed meats, consuming or eating no salt added foods, avoiding soups unless they are low in sodium and eating only one serving, and reading all the food labels for the sodium intake per serving. There are various interventions that nurses do to promote and provide safety for our patient population. One is to prevent aspiration. Aspiration occurs when something enters the lungs other than air. It can be food, it can be liquid, it could be saliva. This aspiration is prone to happen if someone has a difficulty with swallowing. Assisting with eating and feeding. This is a nursing responsibility to ensure that individuals receive assistance necessary during mealtime. The nursing goal is to provide nutritional support and to prevent any complications. There are various swallowing techniques that can decrease the risk of aspiration while eating and can improve the individual's ability to clear their throat. These techniques are taught by a speech therapist. Glucose monitoring. Glucose is the primary sugar in the bloodstream. Glucose comes from food that is eaten, and it is the body's main source of energy. A gastrostomy tube, also known as a G-tube, delivers nutrition directly to the stomach. It is inserted through the abdomen, and it is indicated for individuals who are unable to consume adequate nutrition independently. A nasogastric tube, or an NG tube, is a thin plastic tube inserted into a nostril down the esophagus, and the end is placed into the stomach. An NG tube is used for nutrition and medication, but it may also be used to remove stomach contents. A nasojejunal tube, or an NJ tube, is a very thin, soft, pliable tube that is inserted through the nostril and the stomach and ends in the jejunum of the small intestine. This is used for individuals who are unable to consume adequate nutrition, individuals who cannot tolerate foods and liquids in the stomach, or individuals that have delayed gastric emptying. Enteral nutrition is a dietary intake through a feeding tube. Enteral nutrition is prescribed for individuals who do not have adequate oral intake or nutrition to help meet their metabolic needs. These tube feedings can provide an individual's total sustenance, or they can be used to help supplement the individual's diet. Parenteral nutrition is a dietary intake that is administered intravenously. Parenteral nutrition prevents malnutrition or can assist to correct malnourishment. Parenteral feeding provides liquid nutrients such as proteins, fats, minerals, vitamins. It is used for the digestive system that cannot absorb or tolerate adequate food eaten by the mouth.